and welcome everyone to this week's Creative Veggie Series 101, and we are doing broccoli. And I have just got some roasted broccoli out of the oven, and this may not appeal to everybody, but one of my children has said this is the first time I've ever liked broccoli. So it's worth a try if it's going to tempt someone in your life. And all I did was popped small pieces of broccoli onto a tray. I literally sprinkled them with a little bit of herbamare, the healthy salt that I use, and popped it in the oven. And look, it just goes a little bit brown, they're a little bit dry and crispy, almost like a little bit of a kale chip, but a broccoli chip. And they can just appeal to some people. Now, if it isn't a success, then I would just toss this in a salad. But I like it. It's salty, crispy, and just another great way to eat broccoli. So there's our first one. The second one I'm going to make is an outstanding broccoli tabouli. And I just get so excited about this one because it's a way to eat broccoli raw. Now, I don't advocate a totally raw diet, but there is absolutely some health benefits in having some vegetables raw. And this is just a great way to get more broccoli into us, because broccoli really is one of the super vegetables. And it's one of the cruciferous vegetables, which is exceptionally good for anyone who's struggling with any kind of disease, but especially with cancer. There's lots of phytonutrients and cancer-kicking compounds like sulforaphane and indole-3-carbinol, all these, scientific names, but they're really specifically designed to help your body, your liver detox, but also to help your body get rid of any excess estrogen. So we want to be making sure that broccoli is one of those vegetables that we are having at least a couple of times a week. And this is a great one. So all I've done here is chopped the broccoli, and we're going to make broccoli rice and bits and pieces. Now I do use some of the stems, but I make sure that they're cut smaller, just so they definitely do get riced. Pop them in, and in 2 seconds we'll have broccoli rice. Okay, that's it. Now we pop all of that in a bowl. I'm a bit hands-on when it comes to cooking. Let's get my hands dirty. All right, brush that off. And now it's really just adding everything else in. I just love it because it is super easy as well. Super easy and super quick. So this has got not only the broccoli, but then we add some spring onion. And then there is some pumpkin seeds, pistachios, and goji berries. So the goji berries are going to give it that little bit of sweetness that always is good in a salad. Now, on the recipe, I'll put 1/4 cup, but I never want to stick to the rules. And if my little bag of pistachios is 1/2 cup, I'll put the whole lot in. And if I'm feeling like pumpkin seeds, I'll put more in. Now, with the goji berries, if you happen to go to the back of your cupboard and you find your goji berries and they're all stuck together, what I do is I put those goji berries in a bowl, first of all. Mine won't until I shove them in here. But pop them in a little bowl beforehand, and the recipe calls for the juice of a lemon. So juice your lemon and pour it over the goji berries, and then with your hands just make sure that they're all separated so you don't have that one great big glob anymore. And then just throw that in your salad. And then we've got a bunch of parsley and a bunch of mint. Now I do not pull those mint leaves off separately. I just bang the whole lot together and start cutting. Now, you can cut as fine or as chunky as you want, but it really doesn't matter if you get some of the stems into your salad. just going to contribute to a little bit more fibre, which we all need. So keep on cutting. Obviously I've washed these herbs. I've washed the mint and I've washed the parsley and let them dry. And then just cut as far down as you can, and then just pop the whole lot into your bowl. And then the last thing to add, of course, is the herb in there. Give it that nice little bit of saltiness. And then, I'd love to just get my hands in here, but I won't, because that's what I would normally do. And then just give it a big mix, make sure everything's mixed through. Now you can use lime juice if you want to, or the lemon juice is fine, just providing that lovely little bit of tart. And this is just so delicious, and it lasts in the fridge for days. Anything that doesn't have animal products in it, or dairy, can last in your fridge for 3 or 4 even. I would be eating this definitely on the 4th day. Yes, it might have gone a little bit soggy, but it's not going to go off as long as you've kept it in the fridge the whole time. And that's it, guys. Amazing. You will just be amazed at the different flavours in this. You've got the mint, and then you've got the pistachios, you've got the goji berries, all mixed in with the lemon juice. It's just fantastic. Definitely give that one a try. All right. The next one is just a little bit of a different version of mashed broccoli. I know that's not something we do very often, but let's get creative and pop. So all I've done is steamed that, however you normally steam your vegetables, and then pop a little bit of herbamare in there, of course. If anyone knows me, you'll know that that's the only stock. It's the only salt that I use. I don't use stock cubes. I don't use the pre-made cartons of stock. None of it ticks all the boxes for me. So there's all sorts of things in there that I don't like. Some of the additive preservatives. A lot of them are masked as, well, they don't say that they are, but they're MSGs. They're excitotoxins, which do not do your body any good at all. So, you know, this or some Himalayan salt, you know, but there's issues with that as well. So look, I just find that that's one of the safest things to use. It's got a great flavour, and some people actually can tell the difference and notice that it is a great flavour. So this is, I've just got a whole head of broccoli in there, and then I'm going to chuck half a avocado in there for a bit of creaminess. And then I am going to mash it. And that's just another way. This is a terrible masher, so I'm not going to have any success with this whatsoever. But if I had a better masher, I would definitely be able to mash that, and then use that as you know, as an addition to your meal. Pop something on top of that if you eat fish, or you've made some patties of some description. Pop it on top of that. Just getting creative with some different ways of doing broccoli. So that's number 3. The last thing I'm going to do is a broccoli soup. So what I did is I put in this saucepan an onion, some garlic, some ginger. Now once again, I'm not a measurer, so if you love garlic and ginger, just put as much in there as you want. You know, probably a big chunk of ginger, and you know, 3 or 4 cloves of garlic, an onion, and your whole broccoli sort of chopped up, and just a little bit of water. That's the secret to making this soup, is about 1/4 cup of water, and then some cumin, and of course herbamare, and then just slowly cook it. You don't want to cook it on high, you don't want to risk burning it because you've only got a little bit of water in there. And you just want to slowly cook it until it is cooked. And then we're going to put the whole lot in the food processor. Now, if you don't have a food processor, you could do this with a stick blender, absolutely. You wouldn't get it as pureed like you would in here, which wouldn't bother me, but some people don't like bits, they're a bit fussy, they want it smooth. So therefore I would put it in here, not going to matter, that's got a little bit of broccoli in there. And once again, pop all that in there, scrape it out, and then use a can of coconut milk. Now my preference is always to go organic wherever you can, and this is a light one, so it's lower in fat, and that's definitely my preference. You'll notice even when I cooked up this soup that I didn't fry off the onion first. I've gone back to just cooking everything in a little bit of water to try and minimize the amount of fat in my diet and people's diets. It's too easy to be splushing around the oil, and before you know it, you've added a couple of tablespoons cooking this, and then you're adding some more fat here, and it's very easy to overdo the liquid fat. And I try to have eat fat in its whole food sources. So like avocado, that's a whole food source of a healthy fat. The pistachios and the pumpkin seeds that we put in the salad are a whole food source of healthy fat. And that's the way that I'm encouraging my clients to get their fat, their healthy fat from whole food sources, and really try and minimize the liquid fats where it's just so easy to overdo it and therefore contribute to struggling with your weight. So then pop this in, making a mess, and then once again just give it a little bit of a blitz. And you have got a delicious creamy broccoli coconut soup, which is absolutely to die for. So you may need to heat that up a little bit more if you like your soup hot. Otherwise, you can eat it right away. So thanks for watching this week. It was a little bit short and sharp with broccoli. But thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye.